What is good? It is your boy Slim Trader. We are back with another weekly analysis. I'm not going to say weekend because it is Monday, almost Tuesday, getting this to you guys late. Had a busy weekend, but we're gonna get to these charts real quick. We're gonna start with my favorite pair, as we always do. That's that USDJPY. The yen did change their interest rate to zero. From what I've heard, it's the first time they changed it in 17 years. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. But anyways, not much has changed. The dollar, the pound, the euro, still gaining on the yen. So we'll see what it has in store here soon. But right now, we're at a very convenient resistance, a key level. And right now, price is kind of hanging around that area of 151, 750 area. And just waiting to see if it wants to break past it or not. I'm looking for a retracement, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. It's going to be interesting to see what price wants to do from here, but I don't see price getting past 153. A little bit above it. If it does decide it wants to break this key level and make a new high, and this new high, if it does make a new high, that I mean that breaks. That's been when's the last time it's been there? Over here, that's back in 89, 90, 1990. That's a long time. That is a long time that we possibly could be breaking this threshold here. As we can see on the monthly back here in 2022, we got there and then we rejected on back down. Here last year we did the same thing, and now here we are with a little bit more bullish momentum, but we still can't get past. And this is the monthly, guys. So this is holding pretty strong. So I'm looking for a slight retracement. I think we may eclipse this area, but I don't think right now is the time. Um, I have my reasons. For the first and foremost, the quarter is about to end at the end of the month. I don't think we're going to eclipse that before the quarter is over, maybe next quarter. So I'm gonna have a video this weekend on the outlook of each pair. Now that we're done with the first quarter of the year, we can have a better understanding what price may do for the remaining of the year. So I'm gonna drop a second video along with the usual weekend analysis. I'm looking forward to that. But with that being said, I don't see UJ breaking this. I really don't. And if it does, it's probably going to be some type of heavy rejection on Friday to get back below this threshold. That's just my opinion. That's my bias. But overall, I'm still bullish on UJ. I just see a slight retracement happening. GBP USD. Uh, man, I got in last week with a good trade right here in this area. Price kind of made like a double bottom, a little W, and I actually got in right around here um, last week on Tuesday in the morning. Yes. Price came up and came back down. I stayed my ground because my stop loss was a little bit below this last low, and it shot up. And I ended up taking profits up here, partial profits, but my target was 28.5 again. But I started seeing some weakness, but I did take profit and move my stop loss to break even. So I did get something out of it. However, I wasn't expecting price to just dip below like that. So with that being said, it looks like we may be hitting 125 here soon. Strength to the dollar, which I'm gonna be honest. This week is gonna be interesting. My bias on these pairs. I feel like I may be wrong because things are looking kind of weird and crazy. This is telling me that price is probably going to head back up. Just the way this moving average is moving, but my gut feeling is saying that price will probably get up here around 126, 670 or something around that area, and then head on down to 125. Let's place a fib from this high to this low, and we have price 30, what's that? 38.2 possibly. That let me know that's a strong trend going down. But I think it might retrace a little bit higher now that I'm looking at it. Maybe 61.8. That seems more logical and ideal. And to see price peek its head above this blue bar, come up, retest this trend line that we broke, kind of breaking this um, support that we broke, but still getting some type of heavy rejection. And then ultimately heading down to 125 area. 27 extension is just slightly above it. So I like that. I actually do like that. Forget what I said about the moving average. If we take off the candles, we can see price did make a low, make a new low. So we're heading. I think we are heading down. We might be heading down here. Yeah, but it still has a chance of going up. That's just, I mean, we're hitting this bottom orange bar, and I had that there for a reason. I had that there for a while. And moving average is bouncing off of it. So I need to see some type of rejection to head down and make a lower low. But until then, I'm not touching GU. But GU bearish. That's my sentiment for now. If price wants to get above here and then reject down and then try to like make this back of support, and we could possibly be heading back up. But we come up here, we reject, and we get back below this blue bar, we're heading to 125. GBP JPY, looks like we're still bullish on GBP JPY. It did hit 193. And as soon as it hit 193, it's been crashing down. And it looks like we're still heading up though. We're still heading up. Let me see. Put a little mini trend line here. Until we break that, we're not. I don't see price going down. So I don't really like GJ right now either because it's at a key level. 193 was definitely a key level. If we go back, let's see when the last time price was this high. That was back in 2015, and we had some major rejection then. And we're just now getting back up here. So we'll see what price wants to do. Looks like I think we may be getting the yen may be trying to pick up some strength here in the near future. Um, this is heavy. This is some nice heavy. This is like a reversal pattern here, but we're still in the uptrend. We're still looking good and strong and bullish. So until we see some more confirmation of some bears waking up and taking sales, we're still going to be bullish. But this whole gray area, this is danger zone for buyers. I would be cautious because we might be putting on the brakes and going heading the other way. Okay, so next is GBP AUD. GBP AUD. Man, see a lot of buyer exhaustions on the weekly. A lot of wicks to the downside, a lot of wicks to the upside. Um, I think we may come down a little bit more, get a little retracement before we head back up. I know this gray bar is a nice solid support, but I want to see what it does when price hits this trend line. It looks like that's what it's going to be waiting for. And once that happens, we might see I would like to see a big dip down to this gray bar and then head up, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not touching this one either, but I am temporarily bearish till we get below this. I want to see price get below this gray bar and then play around in between here before we start heading up. Then I'll be looking at some buys, but I'm not even touching GA either. I don't really like it. Like I said, we have a lot of wick action going on. That was on the weekly, but I wanted to look at the monthly real quick. But yeah, the weekly, just so much wick action up and down, up and down. Price hasn't closed above this blue midpoint, except for this candle right here. But it's giving me bearish vibes for sure. All right, next we have is the DXY. The DXY, man, let me tell you, the dollar shocked me last week. I wasn't expecting it to make such a move like it did and head up. Um, that was a shocker. That's why my GU trade went the opposite way because the dollar just all suddenly picked up steam and just decided to go a little bit higher than what I expect. I thought we were going to get the rejection right here, but instead we made another push up here. We're at the trend line. So this is where I'm expecting price to go ahead and start heading down and making a new low. But man, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about the dollar. The dollar doesn't want to go out without a fight. Um, yeah, we had our last fib here. I mean, price can go as high as to 78.6 before it starts heading back down. So it still has some bullish momentum. We're right in this trend line. If we look at it, if we erase this fib and put the fib based off of this trend line, I mean, we have price literally hit the 61.8 and heading up. We can see equal highs, or we can see 27 extension, or we can even see equal highs here. So that's, I mean, don't count the dollar out just yet. And the 27 extension actually lines right up with the 78.6. So the dollar may have some push left, man. Hold on. We have the 4 hour, we have this heavy rejection candle. We have the moving average getting ready to turn pretty well. Um, if price decides to make a new high from here, then we're gonna I would say price was gonna get to 78.6. Let me put that fib back up. Oh, it is up. Well, 27 extension. Price is probably heading up to 106. But if it decides this is an interesting area right here. We're retesting the trend line. We're in a nice key area for resistance. So maybe in the next few hours we'll see what the dollar is going to do. But this move right here is looking bearish, but we'll see. Next we have Euro JPY. Euro JPY looking like a nice buy. We're still heading up. Let's see if we can make another trend line of a trend. So we ride in this one, and looks like we're trying to make a new high. We have, if we put a fib from this low to this high, we're at the 61.8, and we could get to 66.250 area. Plain and simple with EJ, bullish on EJ. Be a nice little buy there. I mean, that's just straight to the point right there. Maybe the target 67.5 eventually. and then we'll probably may see some type of retracement. But as long as we're riding this trend line, then we still have this trend line. We have support, looking very bullish, unless there's some big crash going on. Odd CAD, man, I don't know what's going on with Odd CAD. I guess we're gonna come back down and retest this trend line before we think about heading up. But I thought it would have been gaining some strength here lately, because last week it did come up, and I thought this was where it was going to start making some new highs, but it ultimately came back down, and now we're playing back onto the support. The support looking like it's not going to hold that well. So I don't know. I don't know. I like to see price stay above this gray bar and start heading up, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen for ICAD. That remains to be seen. That's my word. That's my word. Um, hmm. Let's go on the let's do a little quick top down analysis on this. I still like it. I really do. It still started the week off pretty bullish. We have our low of the week down here, 88,530. So if we go down to a lower time frame, 88,530 is about right here. So we don't want to see price get below this area right here. So let's put a ray. This is where we don't want to see price get below. Okay. But I'm still overall bullish. It's just it's not making the move I expected to make. And I was thinking that the Australian dollar was going to be pretty strong this week, but right now it's not doing too much right now. Okay, next we have Tesla onto the stock, and Tesla did get above the orange bar that I expected and came down and retested this bottom trend line. I can see price getting Tesla getting to 190. I mean it's not gonna I don't think it'll immediately get there, but I think over time, I think we're just gonna see a nice little slow rise and uptrend to 190 before we see any type of rejection or hesitation or anything like that. Um, it did exactly what I wanted it to do for me to feel like it may start going up. The moving average is still red over the blue though. That's my only concern on the daily. On the 4 hour, it's getting ready to try to turn over, but maybe tomorrow Tesla can open up a little higher, come down, retest the moving average, and then start heading up. But it's looking nice. I like what it's doing to try to get some gain some losses back, gain back from its losses. Um, Gold not touching. I still don't like what it's doing and where it's at, but I'm still bullish on gold, even though we hit an all-time high and we instantly started rejecting, but we're staying above this green. Um, we dipped down, but we immediately came back up. It's making it a nice support. You can see price come back up to around the 20 uh 2200, and then from there maybe we'll probably see a real rejection, but until then it's due for a retracement, a nice one too. But I think it may go up a little bit more. We'll see. I don't think it'll make a new high. I don't see gold making a new high right now, but I do see it going up a little bit. That is my final answer. And speaking of final answer, that is my final pair to analyze. So I wanted to make this quick and simple for you guys. Tomorrow, I mean, not tomorrow, this weekend, I will have a quarterly view of the pairs. and I might add a few more just for a quarterly, um, just for my quarterly video. I might add like AUD USD, Euro USD, and maybe some other sleeper or something. But yeah, thank you for watching, and look forward. Happy trading. Look forward to speaking with you all next week.